Hi there, it's me Sandy, and I wanted to bring you some of my favorite scents with a certain profile that I absolutely love. And I'm on a particular kick right now with this kind of scent profile. This might give you a clue. But this is actually a fir tree, and I'm really not talking about fur, but I live in Western Oregon and this is what we have here. However, in Eastern Oregon, which is where my husband's from, they have pine trees, so pine needles, pine sap, resins, and they have juniper. And I love juniper in fragrances. So I'm gonna bring you a few fragrances. I've got them, a handful of them physically here. Others I have had samples, some of them multiple samples or decants of that I just don't have right now. But I'm just gonna jump right in and try to keep moving. Okay, if you like something that is a little bit almost minty and very aromatic and frankly smells a little bit like gin, because gin is usually or always, I'm not sure, made from juniper and juniper berries. There's probably other kinds of gin. Like there's multiple kinds of vodka. There's people walking by. Anyway, so I'm gonna start with the one that I've been on a big kick lately and that inspired me to make this video. And it's just a sample, and I would love a full bottle. It just fell. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so this is Ellis Brooklyn Apres, no idea. It's beautiful. I love it. So what it has, I didn't write down all the notes of all the fragrances because you can go look that up, but I did write down the notes that specifically are giving me that vibe that I love so much. So in Apres, it has juniper. So I didn't write that one down. That's the only one I didn't write down. But it does. It has juniper. It might even say. It says the crispness of evergreens, the dewy scent of fresh snow, the warm allure of bourbon and praline. And I'm sure that it had it, but basically this one, the Apres, is a sweet that gets sweeter as you wear it, actually. Woody, juniper-y pine fragrance, but it's surprisingly sweet. So it's like, it smells a little bit like another one that I was gonna mention, so I'll just mention it now, and that is Lolita Lempicka Green Lover. It kind of got some buzz for a while, a little time ago, as being like a surprisingly amazing unisex, kind of gourmand, vanillic, minty vanillic, piney fragrance. So this one reminds me of that. It's not the same, but they're definitely in the same genre. This one to me, in the opening, that you get more of like a truly dry pine and pine needles, and then you get a sweetness that sweetens over time, and the vanilla comes out. It's just beautiful. Being in an Ellis Brooklyn scent, it's not like beast mode, but it's really, really lovely for everyday wear, and I wore this all day today. I've worn it a couple times lately. I have to have a travel size bottle. And I only say that because I'm just trying to be budget conscious. Okay, next is CK Into You. I've got the little mini bottle, but it's got a spray, which is the best. So this one doesn't actually have juniper, I don't think. Let's see. This one, no, this one has cactus and it has red cedar and vanilla. So again, you get that cedar, which is more piney or whatever than fir, and you get the vibes. So this one reminds me vaguely of like Gypsy water, which is another one on the list. So it's just a beautiful scent, unisex in my mind, and I love this one. The next one, I'll just mention Gypsy water. I don't have it. I have had decants. I love that fragrance profile. It inspired this passion of mine with all these other ones. But it's, again, it's juniper and pine needles are what make it have that particular scent. And I think it has incense too. So Byredo Gypsy Water is like the OG. I mean, it probably isn't, but to me it is. Then another one that gets compared to Gypsy Water a lot is Tocca Collette. You can tell I've loved this one. So this one has juniper berries and pine needles. And to me, I really love this one. If it had better, or really any lasting power, I don't care about projection. I don't need to invade anyone else's space, but I want it to last, you know, for my own sniffing. But this one has a powderiness to it. So it's kind of a cool scent. So not minty, but it has a coolness, and it dries to a beautiful, slightly powdery, mentholy, juniper-y, vanillic type of fragrance, and I love it. It's beautiful. Next, I have a bunch of these. I got them from eBay. They seem like an oil, but they're not. I don't think they're the perfume, because when you roll it on your skin, a ton comes out. But it's Wild Spirit is the brand, and the particular scent is First Snow. And this one, I really like this one. And it's a total budget fragrance. Super, super budget friendly. Kind of like the CK Into You, but this one's more feminine to me. Let's see, this one is Juniper Berries. And it also has Gaiac Wood or Guaiac Wood. Maybe that's playing in a little bit. And it has Bushman Candle, which is some kind of plant. So, but yeah, this one very much follows the profile of Gypsy Water and Collette, and even the CK Into You. This one's probably a little more zesty and kind of minty, sort of. A couple others that let's see here. Lolita I already mentioned that one. Commodity Gold kind of has that fragrance profile. It has juniper berries and camphor. And so that camphor gives it that mintiness that really does, you know, bring it into this category. Let's see, Diptyque Eau Duelle has LMI, which to me it's a resin, I think. And it's a little bit of like a spicy resin. I really like LMI in anything that I smell it in. But it also has juniper, and I think maybe those together give it like those vibes. I don't know, but Diptyque Eau Duelle, you know, if you know Diptyque's fragrances, they lean a little bit more on the kind of natural smelling, and I love Diptyque, like everything. But anyway, that's that one. There's another one that I would love to try that I've never tried. I just need to make it happen. And that is by Arquiste, and it's Architects Club. It has juniper berries and angelica, and I like angelica in fragrances. It's kind of powdery and planty and herbally kind of. So it to me, I think that one would smell in line with these fragrances. And the last one that I physically have here, have I forgotten anything? This one is Diptyque Orpheon. So this one is an outlier compared to those, because those ones everything I've listed has kind of a almost minty, juniper-y, pine, sweet-ish, vanilla type of profile. This one's different, but it does have a juniper, and a juniper is a prominent role in this one. But this one is, I really love this scent. This one is powdery, like pink. What I picture for some reason always is a pink bar of soap that's been rubbed wet, you know, and has created a bunch of bubbles, and you're smelling the pink bubbles and powderiness that comes in, like clean and juniper, and it's just a beautiful fragrance. Definitely not a safe buy, not only because of the cost, but also because I just think it's probably unique enough that it's not going to appeal to everybody. The only other one that I brought out with me here, I'm a little on the fence about mentioning it, but I'll go ahead. I mentioned it recently and I've been continuing to enjoy it. It doesn't have any juniper. It's, by the way, it's Lake and Skye Midnight. But it still fits in with all these in its own way. And what it reminds me of so much is Lalique Le Parfum, the one with the bay leaf. So it smells like it has bay leaf in here. What does it have? It has patchouli, amber, and vetiver in the base. So I'm guessing that the mintiness I'm getting here is a camphorous patchouli. And I smell like vanilla, and it really does, even though the notes don't really reflect it, it fits in with these. And very powdery and beautiful. So yeah, that's my gin and tonic fragrances for you, but they're not really, but just that it, you know, that juniper gin type of note, but they all kind of just play out just so beautifully. So let me know if you think of other fragrances that have this general profile. I would love to hear about them, sniff them. There's Une Nuit Nomade has one called Bohemian Soul that's really in the same vein. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of niche ones and things that I have no exposure to. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this and sniffing virtually with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.